Hello everyone. The next topic which we will be discussing is about the chromoplast. So before moving towards the chromoplast, that what are the chromoplasts, what are the functions of characteristics of chromoplast, we will first understand the plastid, because chromoplast is the type of plastids. So plastids, they are the characteristic components of the plant cell. So the plastids, they are only present in the plant cells. They produce and they store the food materials in algae and the plant cells. And the plastid, they're further divided into three parts, that is chloroplast, chromoplast, and the leucoplast. So in these slides, our main focus will be on the chromoplast. We will be discussing chromoplast in detail. So what is chromoplast? Chromoplasts, they are the plastids that are responsible for the pigment synthesis and the storage. They are rich in carotenoids and they are mainly responsible for the yellow, orange or red or of many fruits and flowers, as well as of the autumn leaves. So they are responsible for many colors in the flowers and the fruits. So this is what the chromoplast is. So introduction, they contains the carotenoids, carotene and the xanthophylls. Moreover, they impart a specific color to flowers and fruits, and they help in the pollination and the dispersal of the fruits. They have different colors. Why? They have different colors because it will attract the pollinators. So that's why they have different colors. For example, in case of chloroplast, they only show the green color because they have a chlorophyll pigment that is present in it. But in chromoplast, they can be of different colors and they attract the pollinators because of these colors. Now next is, there are a number of characteristics of the chromoplast. So what are the characteristics of chromoplast? The first of all, the chromoplast, as we have discussed, they are the plastids that contains the carotenoids. They do not have chlorophyll, and they do not have chlorophyll, but they show different colors to the plants, to the flowers, and to the fruits. So carotenoid pigments, they are responsible for different colors. Why they contain carotenoids? So just connect to these points. So they contain carotenoids because they are responsible for different colors like yellow, orange, and red color, that is imparted to fruits, flowers, old leaves, and the roots, etc. Chromoplast also may develop green chloroplasts, but chlorophyll and thylakoid membranes, they disappear and the carotenoids are accumulated during the ripening of the fruits. So they may develop green chloroplast, but the two main parts of the chloroplast will get disappeared and there will be an accumulation of carotenoids, which for example in case of the ripening of the fruits. Then the transition of the chloroplast to chromoplast is must. So this transition is also must. The chloroplast converts it into chromoplast. It is evident in the fruit ripening, and there is an extensive synthesis of carotenoids. Chlorophyll and thylakoids are degraded. So in this case, this is the example in which the both these degradation has been seen. The chlorophyll and the thylakoids, they are being degraded. So this is what was seen in the ripening of the fruits. The next is DNA of the plastids. They remain unchanged during the transformation, but ribosomes and rRNA, they disappear. So they disappear. There are some chromoplasts that are capable of differentiating back to chloroplast. For example, chromoplast of the carrot root and citrus fruits, their pumpkin, their cucumber, etc. What they does is they lose the carotene, the main component of the chromoplast. They lose the carotene pigment and they develop photosynthetic apparatus of the chlorophyll and the thylakoid system. So this is what is happening in the case of these types of roots or these types of fruits that are being given here. Now there is a redifferentiation to chloroplast which is being promoted by the gibberellins and the nitrates. Now, chromoplast development is irreversible in plants like pepper and tomato. So, the chromoplast development is irreversible in these kinds of plants. Chromoplasts, they also derive from leucoplasts or protoplastids. For example, if we take the example of watermelon, papaya, carrot, mango. So, this is what is happening. The chromoplasts, they derive from the leucoplast, and examples are watermelon, papaya, carrot, mango, etc. Now, they are further carotenoids. They are further divided into two parts, carotene and xanthophylls. And carotene is orange in color and xanthophylls is yellow in color. So in the very first slide, we have shown that chromoplast has two types of pigments, that is carotene and xanthophylls. So carotene is orange in color and xanthophylls, they are yellow in color. In xanthophylls, orange is present. For example, there is a lutein, which is lutein, etc., which is present, and carotenes, they are only carbon and hydrogen. For example, there is beta carotene, there is lycopene. So these are the examples of the carotene. Next is we will be discussing is the structure of the chromoplast. So in the structure, we can see there is a internal membrane, then there is a stroma which has been present. Ribosomes that is responsible for the protein synthesis are also present. Membranous sac, they have their own DNA that is present in circular DNA is there. Then they have carotenoid crystals, they have plastoglobule, and they have thylakoid remnants. So this is what the structure of chromoplast looks like. Now there are further four types of chromoplasts which are being there. What are the four types? They are globular chromoplast, then there is membranous chloroplast, there is a tubular chloroplast, and there is a crystalline chloroplast. So what are these? So first we will talk about this globular chloroplast. It consists of plastoglobuli which bear carotenoid pigments, and often they are concentrated in the peripheral stroma. So for example, if you take the examples here, it can be capsicum, which is a yellow fruit, then citrus fruits, then petals of some plants. So this is the example of globular chromoplast. Then next is membranous chromoplast. There is a carotene pigment that are present in about 20 concentric membranes. For example, citrus, senescence, which is petals, daffodils, tulips. So these are the examples of membranous chromoplast. Next is tubular chloroplast. They are they are carotenes which are present in the lipoprotein tubules. There are red fruits of capsicum, rose. So these are the examples of tubular chromoplast. Next is crystalline chromoplast. There is a pure carotene which is embedded is as crystal. So it can be carrot roots that contains beta carotene, and they can be tomato fruits which contains the lycopene. So these are the examples of the types of the chromoplast. Now, what are the functions of chromoplasts? They play a very essential role in the cross-pollination and dispersal of seeds by attracting animals and plants. So, in the first slide, we were discussing this only, that they attract the pollinators because they have different colors. They are not only green colors, but they have different colors. So that's why there is a possibility of attracting the animals and insects, and they play a major role in the cross-pollination. Now the carotenoids, that is one of the pigment of the chromoplast, they are antioxidants. Now beta carotene, which is present in the carrot, it is a precursor of vitamin A. So the carrots, they are rich in vitamin A. So that is very good for the good for your eyes and good for your health. Then dietary carotenoids, they reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases and cancer. So this is where the role of the dietary carotenoids comes in. And some of the chromoplasts, they also show anti-diabetic and anti-obesity effects as well. So if we conclude this, it will be chromoplasts, they are pigmented plastics. Other than green in color, they are mostly yellow or red in color. They contain carotenoids and xanthophylls, and they lack the major pigment, the chlorophyll, which is present in the chloroplast. They provide distinct color to the plant parts and they have a role in pollination and seed dispersal. They do not contain laminar systems and only remnants of thylakoids are present. So this is what the chromoplast is. These are some of the references. Thank you.